Hey guys, this video is going to be on hardwiring the Street Guardian SG9665GC with a cell power hardwiring kit. Now a lot of users ask about hardwiring their dash cameras because they don't want to use the 12 volt socket in their car. That way they can still use that socket for charging their phones or a GPS navigation unit or whatever else they need it for. So most of the hardwiring kits are pretty much the same. But this cell power one is the official hardwiring kit for Street Guardian. So this is what the cell power kit looks like. It has a little box with a cable coming out of each end. One is just a mini USB and the other is a red and black cable. Now the red cable will go to the fuse where the black cable will go to a ground. Here you can see it supports either a 12 volt or 24 volt connection. Pretty much any regular car is going to be 12 volts. 24 volts is for bigger commercial trucks, I believe. And this box will actually cut the power off to your camera if your car battery is getting too low. So if you're not completely sure what you're doing, I would consult a professional because the red wire does have to connect to a fuse, and you want to make sure that that fuse isn't any sort of safety feature like airbags. Typically, connecting it to an ACC fuse is what most people do. Not all cars are the same though. Some cars will have permanently on ACC fuses, and in this case we only want it on while the car is on. And this is the vehicle that's actually going to be getting it. This is a company vehicle. It's not my company, or I don't work for them, just someone who's getting this done. More and more companies are starting to put dash cameras in their fleets for insurance purposes. So using this add a fuse, you'll connect the red wire of the cell power into the blue end of this, and then it'll let you use a second fuse so the camera has its own fuse. Now with this voltmeter, you connect the clamp to the ground and then touch the top of the fuse and make sure it's off while the car is off. This will be for crimping the add a fuse. And here is the cell power. So like I said, the red wire will go into the blue end of the add a fuse, and you'll use your crimper to clamp it down and make sure it's tight. And this is just a little fuse remover. So I connected it all into an ACC fuse that's only on while the van is on, and I connected the black cable to a screw that's connected to the metal frame. So here you can see all of the base plates. Now I actually used the thicker Street Guardian mount because the window is pretty vertical, and since it's thicker you can actually spin the lens a lot easier and doesn't bump into the glass. So there you can see it's all powered up. I hid the cables up in the headliner and comes down through the weatherproofing, and with an adhesive I stuck the small box to the side. Technically you could use an always on fuse, but this camera doesn't really have natural parking mode, so it's not really recommended, but you could if you wanted to. Pretty much the hardest part for me originally was finding the right fuse to use, and then also using the add a fuse, because crimping the blue part can actually be pretty tough sometimes if the wire is really thin. But if you get it nice and tight, you shouldn't have a problem. You just don't want it to get pulled out easily if you accidentally tug on it. But anyways, I hope this video can be useful for some people. If you like this video or my other videos, I would appreciate if you hit like and subscribe. And as always, drive safe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.